Hey everyone, welcome back to Aussie Arvos. Today I'm going to be walking you through my latest mod on the Patrol. I have added another 230 cc's. Alright, so today I'm going to run you through the Rack and Roll Motocross Carrier, which I've fitted to the back of my GQ Patrol. This is my 230, which you may have seen in previous videos, the farm bike. Bit of fun out on the tracks. It's there for emergencies in case I get stuck and can't get out. But yeah, so Rack and Roll have hooked us up with this motocross carrier. It's Australian made, and I'm going to walk you through some of the features. Alright, so let's start from the front. Right at the hitch. These are made to fit into a 50x50 Heyman Reese hitch. Now that I've opted for a 100mm extended and 100mm lifted main bar, which 100mm lift gives me more ground clearance, going up tracks and up inclines, that sort of thing. I didn't want to worry about the bike or the carrier hitting the ground, bottoming out. That's your departure angle, I suppose. And the 100mm extension is to clear the spare wheel. Didn't want to have to worry about the bike leaning into it, and also if I want to put a bag or anything on the back of the spare wheel at any point, I got that extra room there. That is obviously a wider than standard spare wheel anyway, so you've got to account for that as well. Now the extended and lifted hitch is braced with 5mm steel plate, so as you can see, it ain't going anywhere. These guys crazy overrate everything they make, so it's made for Aussie conditions, made for going up corrugated tracks. Your bike's not going to fall off the back, that sort of thing. So speaking of securing your bike, these carriers are made with these 3 super sturdy tie down points. Now the first thing you'll do when you wheel the bike in is lock up this front wheel lock. You wind that up tight against the front wheel, and that pretty much holds the bike while you do everything else up. Now that front wheel ain't moving. Then you've got these two off the pegs, one at the front, one at the back. You pull your bike down about 30-40mm by them, and then you've got the option of running extra straps to the frame. If you're going to do any sort of crazy trails and you really want to make sure stuff ain't going anywhere, you can add those as well. But for your everyday use, these are more than enough. Crazy solid. There's a strap that runs between all 3 of those. That's just to stop those turnbuckles rattling loose when you're going over corrugations and dirt roads and that sort of thing. They're rated up to about 180 kilos, so any bike like this is going to be well and truly covered by that. This little 230 don't weigh that much, but 450s, 500s, I mean, they'll all be covered by that. Any sort of motocross bike doesn't weigh that much. You've got the LED light kit, which just plugs in like a trailer, straight into your trailer plug. You've got LED lights both sides. There's a number plate light under here with provisions for a bike carrier number plate, which I have on the way, but it's Vic Road, so that could be a couple of weeks. The alloy ramp, now I've opted for a longer than standard alloy ramp because I've gone for a lifted hitch and because the car's lifted all up, it's about 200mm higher than standard. If you run a fairly low car, you would have no issues with the standard size ramp, but just a longer ramp makes loading the bike a hell of a lot easier. We'll walk you through that in a minute. We'll go through how to load and unload the bike from the Rack and Roll MX carrier. Alright, so once you've got the ramp removed from the carrier there, simply sit that there for the moment. Now we're going to undo these 2 turnbuckles either side. This front wheel wedge will hold the bike in place while I undo those, get them out the way. So as I mentioned, the turnbuckles are undone. All that's now holding this is this front wheel wedge, which makes it super easy to load and unload the bike. Simply remove the R clip. We're going to loosen this turnbuckle, get the weight off the pin. I like to leave that pretty much as is. Slip the pin there. R clip back in there. Then we just hold the bike, drop the wheel wedge flat like that, and wheel it straight off. Just that easy. So you probably, if you've been out four-wheel driving or on trips in popular places, chances are you've seen a bike carrier on the back of a wagon. Now, why? I think they're really practical in terms of you want to take your motorbike somewhere, you don't have a ute or you don't want to take your ute. If you do, wagon's your choice of car to take away, but you do still want to take your motorbike. There's a lot of tracks that are harder to take a motorbike trailer up, and it is, I think, impractical to take a motorbike trailer for just one bike. With this, I was saying to Patrick the other day, like, I'll be more inclined to take the bike on a trip that I previously wouldn't have, just because it's hard, it's in the way, you know, whatever. This, it's convenient. You put it on the back of your car, it's out of the way, it's not taking up any space. As if you had a ute, you're taking up space in the ute, and they take a surprising amount of space, trust me, by the time you get all your bike gear in there. With this, you're not losing any space, you're just putting a bike on the back of your car. So I think for that reason they're super convenient, super practical, and I think that's why they're popular. Alright, now these rack and roll carriers, they start at around $550 and they vary depending on what options you want to add to them and what specific model you want. Now, that might seem like a bit pricey, but I think for something that's Australian made, for Australian conditions, in this sort of quality, it's a really good price. You can obviously get cheaper things, you can get cheaper bikes too. I always find it funny that people will spend $15,000, $20,000 on a bike, no hesitation, but when it comes to what they're going to put it on, they cheap out. Then you see it bounce off down the side of a track somewhere, it's wrecked, your weekend's ruined. Is it really worth it? You know, it's still a hell of a lot cheaper and more convenient than a motorbike trailer, and yeah, that's why I think they're a really quality item. So a question a lot of people I know are going to ask is practicality. Can you get at the back of your wagon? With the bike off, you've still got full access to the back doors there, super easy. I've obviously got the Emu wing on the side, and my fridge is side access now, so that makes life a lot easier as well. But yes, once you take your bike off, you can still get in the back of your wagon, and I look at that and think the bike might be in the way if you go to the shops or whatever, but it's still more practical than having to tow a bike trailer through a car park or put the bike in the back of the ute and it takes up half your ute tray, you know. So for that reason, yeah, I think they're really practical. As I said, you can still get straight into the back of your wagon, and if you're at camp and you need full access to the back, you're running a camp kitchen or something out of there, it's literally 2 bolts and a pin. You can slip this straight out, put it on the ground, and the same goes for if you're going away for the weekend, you know. You might get one of them last minute Friday night trips where your mates ring you up, let's go away. 1 pin, 2 bolts, plug the trailer plug in, put the bike on, and it's coming with you, just like that. It's a lot easier, a lot more practical, so yeah. So another cool feature with this motocross carrier is this hitch lock, which I think is awesome. So you see a lot of bike carriers, they sort of bounce around, lean around, even on the road, let alone off-road. There's a lot of play in a 50mm hitch because obviously it wasn't originally designed to have a carrier on it, it was designed for a trailer hitch. So they supply it with a shim for the top, a shim for the side, and this clamp. So once you've put your trailer pin in, you simply do that U-bolt up, 2 nuts, and it takes all the play out of the carrier. Like, the only play in this now is the flex in the car. Makes it super secure and stops the bike bouncing around, doesn't scare you in the rear view mirrors when it's moving all over the place. And obviously that's something you want when you're going to take a bike up tracks. It's obviously, if it's going to be bad on the road, it's going to be horrible off-road. Alright, let's load the bike back on the carrier and get out of here. Just like that, I'm ready to hit the road.